Hey, I'm Aja A, and welcome to Sunshine Haze. Don't forget to check out all the links that I have listed down in the description box, and if you like the video, please give me a little thumbs up. If you have any questions after the video is over, feel free to drop them down below. I try to respond to everyone. And if you all know people interested in astrology, numerology, tarot, or whatever I'm talking about on this channel, go on and send them this link. And don't forget to hit subscribe. And of course, thanks for tuning in and rocking with me. May this info help y'all live your best lives. Peace. Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. Sorry y'all, I was looking for something. SunshinehazeCo. This video is for my fellow Cancers, Cancer suns, moons, like myself, and I'm a Cancer sun too, and risings. If you feel like what I'm saying in this video is not resonating with you, go on and check out your moon and or rising sign. This is a general video, so please keep that in mind. I do have that link down in the description box below, okay? This video is for the Gemini lunar season, so that is beginning of June through the beginning of July. So for some of you Cancers like me on the 29th, happy birthday during this lunar cycle. And yeah, so that's what we'll be covering. Typical 4-card spread, looking at the energy coming in for us, or what we'll be tapping into, any crossing energies or obstacles we may be dealing with. Because we are talking about Gemini energy, we're going to be looking at where we need to let life lead us, and then also a quick little soul message, something extra for y'all to take away with you from the spread, okay? So let's just go on and get started. The first card we have coming up in the spread is transformation, and this is in the position of the energy coming in or the energy that we'll be tapping into. And first I want to talk about the numerology. It's 19 here, which you've got 1, which symbolizes new chapters, manifestation, independence, and you've got 9, which symbolizes ending chapters and ascension. And it's a very high spiritual vibration. And 19 breaks down to 10, which breaks down to 1, which goes back into new chapters, new beginnings, new cycles. We are rounding out our year right now and getting ready to come into our new year in the Cancer lunar cycle, Cancer solar season. So this card popping up here is just telling me that that energy is very prominent for us right now. So I do pick up on the energy that a lot of us are in these spaces and places to where we really are doing something different, doing something a lot different than what we were doing in the past few years, or the past, 4 or 5 years even. Feel like a lot of us are moving into these new spaces and things are looking a lot different. I feel like a lot of us have grown, and we feel like we are not necessarily completely different people, but if you look back, you're like, yeah, I'm definitely not like how I was X, Y, and Z years ago, right? So as this is coming up, what I want to say, the messages here during the month of June, Cancer, you really are going to be feeling chapters ending, doors closing. You might see some people fall off. You might find yourself being like, oh, I feel like I've outgrown this situation. You might end some relationships. You might really drop off some bad habits. I'm not even going to say might. These things are probably going to be coming up for a lot of you. And just keep in mind that this is happening, and I say this in a lot of my readings. When we go into a new chapter, you have to be very aware of the things that you have to move away from, the cords that you need to cut, and the things that you need to release and clear out and work through. Because you don't want to carry all that shit. You don't want to be holding on to old baggage, especially if you know what the baggage is. You don't need to carry that into your new chapter, because what good does it serve you there? You know what I'm saying? These past few years, that's what you were supposed to be doing, is working through that baggage so you could clear it out, so you could be ready for your next chapter, which is getting ready to come in. And this is just confirmation. I've been feeling like, okay, things are shifting, things are changing. And I know if you watch my videos, it's been a little slow moving for us. We have an eclipse coming up. We're on the Cancer Capricorn eclipse axis for this next year. So, we've got a lot of major change coming in. We are moving away from and moving towards a lot of different things. Life is not as it once was. Things are changing and they're shifting for the better. So Cancer, the energy that you're tapping into during this lunar cycle is the energy that is going to put you into alignment with what is coming in for you, what you need to be ready for, those positive new things, that abundance, that success, that happiness in your new chapter. So just keep that in mind. So with transformation, with change, things are always kind of crazy around them, and I don't really get that this is going to be a wild month for us, but because it's Gemini energy, I feel like our thoughts, we may be going through a very intense thought process, really figuring things out for ourselves, preparing for coming into our new year's. So just keep in mind that there may be some things that you're not necessarily used to or that you feel like you weren't prepared for happening during this next month. But as this change is coming in, be water and tap into air. Go with the flow and also go where the wind blows you. You know what I'm saying? All right. The next card that I have coming up for us is in the position of the crossing energy or any obstacles we may be facing. And I think we got this last month. We were one of the videos that I was able to do. Urzuli La Flambeau. And this is a card that actually resonates with the energy of change, but it's in a change for the better for the self, right? But it's in a crossing position. And when this card is reverse or cross, it technically the message is literally the message is being resistant to change. Our message for the Gemini lunar cycle is change, which is very much so Gemini. Gemini is all about being able to adapt, and so we are shifting things, shifting our energy during this next month. This card is in a crossing position saying, Cancer, you little creature of habit, there are certain things that you want to hold on to. You have your claws locked into certain things, and these are most likely things that you're emotionally invested in, because anything else it's like whatever, but anything that you've put your heart into, if you're feeling like it's time to move away from this, I've outgrown this is just not it anymore, because you've put energy in there, Cancer, it is a natural tendency for you to be like, but I can fix this, or I can make it work, or I can nurture this, and it will blossom or flourish into whatever it is that I want. Unfortunately, that is not the energy coming up for us during this lunar cycle. So Cancer, with all that intuitive energy that we carry around, you really need to be okay. Whatever you're feeling like, okay, this is not it, baby. Go on and start cutting those cords. Go on and start releasing. Go on and start healing yourself. This is the card of being resistant to change. I say in mostly all of my readings, you can turn these crossing obstacle cards into upright positions, and we can do this with this Seven of Wands. This is a card that points to being able to stand on your own feet, being able to forge your own path, and actually being able to make those moves and go towards that way. So this is the energy that you want to be tapping into. Like I said, be water, be air. See where life is leading you. Don't be resistant to changes. Things and opportunities pop up, take them, because they are a part of the transformation that is coming in for you, Cancer, okay? All right. The next card that I have coming up in our spread is in the position of the Gemini energy, which is where do we need to let life lead us? And we've got Alofi. This card got a couple of messages. First and foremost, this is a card that resonates with the energy of change once again, but this is creating stable foundations based off of what you have learned and what you know. As we're talking about this Urzuli La Flambeau card being in an opposing position, being the card of not wanting to release or not wanting to get rid of or walk away from situations that no longer serve you because you have change and transformation coming in. This card is saying, no. It's actually time for you to plant your 2 feet on the ground and go along with that change. You actually, you always have the choice, but really if you want shit to work out the way that you've planned, even though that doesn't necessarily always happen, but if you want it to work out in a positive way, you don't really have the choice to say, no, I don't want the change. I want to be resistant to it, okay? So for us, Cancer, and this is a Pentacles card. This is an Earth card. This is from the Santeria suit from this deck. This is a card that talks about things in the physical. So for a lot of you Cancers, I was talking about being in new spaces, new places where we're doing things differently. Some of us may be during this next month creating financial plans, actually building up a savings. Some of us during this next month might be traveling, moving to new places, seeing new spaces. You know what I'm saying? Some of us might be shifting careers or getting a promotion or working towards a promotion that we've had our eyes set on and actually doing the work. Some of us might be in relationships or dealing with somebody and we say, okay, this is something that I could actually see working out, and making the moves towards actually making that a stable foundation. That is the energy with this card, stability and foundations, and making the moves to make sure that that builds up the way that you'd like to see it. Also, just briefly, the other message I have for this card, and this is a general reading, but I feel like I gotta say this to somebody, as I was just talking about relationships. Some of you Cancers might be dealing with somebody or have your eyes set on somebody or in a relationship with somebody, and as the energy is shifting, you might start to feel like this could be serious, or I could possibly see something serious with this, or this needs to be more serious, and start doing the work with somebody that you could actually be creating a stable foundation with, i.e. creating a family with in the future. I don't know if I pick up on like the energy now. So some of y'all might get pregnant this month. I don't know. It is our birthday month. It gets wild. In July, but we're not in Cancer lunar season yet. I'm a June Cancer, so but yeah, so that's a message for somebody that might resonate with someone. I did want to throw that out there, but this is general though. Keep that in mind. Alrighty, y'all. The last card that we've got coming up in our spread is in the position of the soul message, and we've got Azure, and this card comes with the message of protect yourself, and we've got another 9 here. This is 36, which breaks down to 9. I don't want anybody to get alarmed. I just energetically, when there's a lot of shifts happening, a lot of change happening, and you're moving into new spaces and releasing a lot of energy, especially dense and stagnant energy, you are open and susceptible to, basically, I like to put it like your aura is raw. Like you're open to dealing with those energies that you don't necessarily want to deal with, like depression and anxiety and things of that sort. So the message here, and it's an extra message, is Cancer, because there's so much going on for you energetically on a soul level during this lunar cycle. It's very important to protect yourself in whatever way that you do so. If you pray, make sure that you're saying your prayers daily and then just asking to, move through life, be protected. If you use stones, carry around your stones, wear your stones. If you, I don't know. If you do meditations, I do meditations. You do meditations and you call upon like energetic protection fields, do that. Like white light spheres, you can imagine like stones, protection stones surrounding you, pyramids, purple pyramids for spiritual and psychic protection, things of that sort. These are all things that I do. I don't know what y'all do I don't know, but whatever your practice is, make sure that you are active in it during this lunar cycle and just protecting your energy, protecting your heart, protecting your mind, and protecting your spirit, because there's a lot of change going on for you, and it's good change. But as you got to move away from some things, there are some things that you are going to be releasing that might be a little bit negative, or some situations that might be a little hard for you to move away from, and you're going to need whatever strength and whatever protection you can get in order to push through so that you can move into your next chapter. Okay, Cancer? These is popping ass energies. I'm with it. I'm with the shits. So that's our reading. I hope that resonated with you guys. If you feel like you need a little bit more clarification or you'd like your own personal reading, you can book one with me. I've got a link to my Etsy shop book down below. You can also send me an email. We are wrapping up the spring season, so I do still have those vernal equinox, the spring season tarot forecast up if you want to check those out for a little bit of reflection or catch the last month of it. And I also have the video on the Gemini lunar cycle up as well, talking about the collective energies that we'll be dealing with for the next month. I've got all of that linked down below. And that is it, y'all. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see y'all next time. Peace.